Congress is closing in on a deal to keep the government funded.
The House passed a short-term, key phrase there, short-term spending bill on Wednesday. The Senate's expected to vote on the measure today. Now, without the deal, government funding would run out midnight Friday. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi discussed the effort to avoid a government shutdown earlier today.
This crucial step it's on a path to a year-long government spending bill. Well, some of that year has already been eaten up, but ensuring that all agencies get the funding they need to serve the people. The continuing resolution we passed yesterday will ensure that government stays open through December 23rd, it's Friday to Friday, so appropriators have enough time to finish, and we have enough time to finish so that you can go home and celebrate the holidays with your families.
CBS News congressional correspondent Scott MacFarlane joins us now to talk about this. Scott, this is only a deal that buys us a week. Is this at the very least expected to pass through the Senate today?
Yeah, there are signs of progress, Errol. This 1 week extension is like having your curfew extended by 10 minutes. You don't get to have any more fun, but you can drive safely home and still be on time and not break the rules. There's other signs of progress, though. I spoke with the top Republican on the Senate Appropriations Committee, who finally started dishing out some numbers, estimating that this bill would include about $700 billion for military defense, DOD, Department of Defense spending, and about $1.6, $1.7 trillion overall. That's a really big numbers. It seems like monopoly money, but the fact that they're giving out numbers at this stage is an indication they're getting close. We expect it to happen by next Thursday, not necessarily the new deadline of next Friday, assuming they do pass that extension today, because the Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell says his deadline is December 22nd, after which he's not playing ball anymore on a year-long extension. So he has some leverage. He's exerting it now, and we expect it to take the step it has to take today with the final deal next week.
All right, so some positive signs of progress, Scott, but what are the biggest areas of contention still?
The same ones we hear when we have these types of standoffs in the past. Which balancing act should we go with? Should we go with the Republican balancing side, where they want to amp up a bit the defense and military spending and ratchet down the domestic spending, or the Democrats' position, which is to have more of an even balance or a prioritizing of domestic programs? This is the issue that led to partly the shutdown of 2018, when the government shut down for 35 days. It infused the debates that led to near shutdowns in 2011 and a government shutdown in 2013. This is a perennial issue. It's a political version of Currier and Ives.
And also, Scott, we're waiting for the release of the January 6th committee's findings. I guess this just memorializes what we already saw discussed publicly in the hearings and all that testimony. You asked Speaker Pelosi about the upcoming release. Let's quickly share with our viewers what she had to say this morning.
I've seen what you've seen, what we see on TV. And I think that they conducted the business with the seriousness it deserves. The fact that it's about our national security, it's about our democracy. They did so in a way that I think that was done with dignity and with a factual basis and in a totally nonpartisan way.
Tell us more about what Speaker Pelosi had to say. I mean, in essence, will it be anything new, or will it be a confirmation of what we've all witnessed?
It could be both. It could be one or the other, Errol. The committee hasn't really shown its cards yet. We'll start to see those cards Monday. They could have little nuggets of revelations in their final report, nuggets that were not shown during the many public hearings, nationally televised hearings they had. But I pressed Speaker Pelosi a bit more and asked, is there a value in a congressional committee issuing criminal referrals? Congress can't prosecute anybody. A criminal referral from Congress is just a recommendation. And her response to that question was absolutely. Speaking really about the force of this committee, it has a unique credibility, an unprecedented committee that's done unprecedented work, hundreds of interviews, collected tens of thousands of pieces of paper, and had these public hearings unique in American history. Its referrals come with some level of credibility. We'll see how soon after Monday the Department of Justice responds to these referrals or acts upon them.
All right, Scott MacFarlane, thank you.